This is Dr. Rosie Kuhn, and this podcast series is called Spiritual Immersion, Taking the Plunge. And the intention of these podcasts is to support and empower you to be all that you can be and to know yourself in all the fullest possibilities of knowing yourself as a spiritual being and a human being. And whether that means, and it means all of it in terms of your sexuality or your career choices or being a parent or not a parent or marriage or no marriage, your health issues. It means all of that. And in another way, it means none of that. That's the part of the conundrum of we think it means this, but does it? I don't know. I wanted to talk today about the idea of who am I and who you are, but in the question of all the places that I continually identify myself and in a sense require the disidentification process of letting go of that identity. As I've mentioned in previous podcasts, I just finished my 13th book called I've Arrived, well, sort of. And I've finished a podcast, and last year I finished a podcast, Aging Like a Guru, Who Me? And we're coming up to the finish and the completion of this series of podcasts, Spiritual Immersion, Taking the Plunge. And with the ending and the completions of these events, there's a point where I go, well, what is there? What's left? Who am I? What am I to do? Where am I, in a sense? And I found that this happened when I was in the theater and doing amateur theater, community theater groups. And at the end, after the end of a production, where you'd be in the production and rehearsing and all of that for months, and then it's over, done, boom, it's done. And it's like, now what? Like, where do I put my energy? Who am I now? And there's a part that says, well, you're still the same person. But on another level, there's something that I was identifying with that's gone. And now what do I identify with? And so in this process, and when you're looking at spiritual principles and human principles, you begin to question reality at a different level. It's again that layer upon layer, or layer under layer of truth, of who am I? And so with the ending of this new book, I've Arrived, Who Me? No, I've Arrived, well, sort of. There's the questioning again, well, who am I? I haven't written for probably a month. And so am I still a writer? My clients have taken a hiatus for various reasons, so am I a coach? Am I a teacher? And if I'm not, basically, I'm not any of that. I'm beyond that, in a sense. I am a being inside. I'm this energetic vibration, this essence of being, a divine being who has been doing stuff. And that doing stuff, it's either contributing to my well-being and contributing to my highest good, my highest knowing, my highest truth, my highest contribution to the world, or it's not. And so in these questioning periods of who am I, and that I'm not what I do, I'm not what I do, I'm not what I eat, I'm not what I make, I'm not what I think, I'm not any of that. And it's an existential crisis. It can be, and it can be a crisis to greater and greater degrees, depending on where you are in this challenge, in this dilemma of being you. A lot of people in their 40s begin to question their reality, saying, I thought I was supposed to do this. I thought I was supposed to be a lawyer. I thought I was supposed to, get a business degree, and I'd be happy doing that. One of my clients, Hillary, says, I hated working at a bank, but I did it for 15 years because that's what I thought I had to do. And it's like, wow, all of those places that we believe that we have to do something, and we believe that's who we are. And when we start to question that reality, we go, wait a second, what's really true here? Now, is there an answer to that? in a sense, how do you do that? How do you question reality? How do you be with the disidentifying of who you are from all this stuff? Even as I've mentioned in previous podcasts, where I've had a chronic, I've had skin cancer, and part of it is the lifestyle that I've lived. I've been outside a lot, and I used to bake myself in the sun when I was a kid, and got some sun damage. Part of it is that, but part of it is something else, which I believe is a karmic pattern, not a bad thing, but something that I am to learn from. And I believe all diseases and illnesses are opportunities for learning and for growth. And truly believe we can heal most of our healing of our diseases and illnesses and sicknesses. We can heal them with right reality. I'll say right reality, and disidentifying from the fact that from the belief. I won't say the fact. Disidentifying from the belief that I am at the mercy of this decision, of this disease. I'm at the mercy of this disease. Now, I've spoken in previous podcasts about this belief that I've had that I'm at the mercy of all kinds of things. So the more that I acknowledge and disidentify with that belief, the more I can let it go and go, that's something that I thought was true, but it's not true. I am not at the mercy of cancer. I am not at the mercy of financial situations or political situations in the United States. I'm not at the mercy of my children being angry or upset with me, or my parents being upset. I'm not at the mercy of any of that. But that's a place of disidentifying from that concept, from that belief. And so all the things I am practicing and training myself to disidentify from is a big deal. I am a student of the Course in Miracles. And it says, in essence, my distilling down, it says, I lack nothing. Therefore, I need to do nothing and just have fun, basically. Enjoy my life and live a good life. And I will be told what to do. So when there's a void or a gap in no writing, no clients, those kinds of things, it's like, what do I do? Shouldn't I be busy? Shouldn't I be getting up and working hard? And shouldn't I be productive? Because I have a lot of identity. My identity is attached to being productive. My identity has been attached to being helpful. My identity has been attached to striving for prosperity. I've been identifying with all of that, and to go, okay, I have to. My practice is to say I'm disidentifying from that, and seeing what shows up. The money keeps showing up. And it feels like a miracle, but it just keeps showing up because I know that it will. I'm disidentifying from my lack, my belief in my lack. I disidentify from my belief in that I can't do it, that I'm at the mercy of other people, or that I need somebody else to do it with me or for me. I'm disidentifying with all those different beliefs so that I can be clear about my truth is I lack nothing, truly. And that I need do nothing, and I will be told what to do. Those basic spiritual principles is the foundation of my spiritual practice. And it doesn't mean that I don't struggle with, I should be doing something productive. I should be just doing something productive in relation to serving people and making money. That's the hamster wheel that keeps going on. So even though I've got my spiritual principles, I don't have them tattooed on me, but just about to say, I lack nothing, I need do nothing, and I will be told what to do, I still have these patterns and these habits from that's been cellular memory. It's embedded in my cellular memory, just like old data in our old computers is embedded in there, and we have to get it out. And the more I disidentify with those beliefs, or disidentify even with the anxiety as it comes up, disidentify with the panic that comes up and go, that's old patterning. We can let that go. then I begin to truly diminish the energetic resonance of that identification. And then I'm more and more often able to wake up in the morning rather than being in dread. I can wake up and say, okay, good morning, world. I'm excited about what's going to show up today. I'm excited about what new possibilities for learning will come my way, what new possibilities for receiving will come my way, what new possibilities for just enjoying being me come my way. And that's a different reality than I've ever been in. And that's fairly new for me to be able to rise above the angst and the anxiety, the panic of, oh my God, I've got one client today. Like, what am I going to do? And how is it? And all that, oh my God stuff, the panicky stuff. And go, okay, well, that's what is right now. How about we just have fun doing what we want to do? What do you want to do? And it might be something that's productive or creative, relevant to my career, I'll say, career choices. Or I might go, I think I'll go paint. I need to finish a project for my grandson. Or I think I'll clean out the fish aquariums. Or I think I'll take the dog for a walk. Lots of possibilities. But if I'm operating from angst, I'm operating from those old systems that just aren't me anymore. I don't want to identify with those old systems. And I know that you'd say, I don't want to identify with those either. And it's like, I totally get it. And to begin the practice of exercising those muscles that draw you towards what you want and away from those patterns of identification, that's the practice, that's the training. And that's the whole intention of all these podcasts on spiritual immersion, taking the plunge. Taking the plunge is that part like, okay, I'm going to stick my foot in the water just a little bit further than it went the last time. And I'm going to do it. I am changing my diet, and where before it was excruciatingly hard because I was so identified with the person who drank alcohol with dinner, had coffee in the morning, ate all the good stuff that a good old American person eats, a lot of meat and potatoes. And, it's like my identity was so attached to that it was impossible for me to move in the direction of healthier foods. And if I want to bring more wholeness to my body, and wholeness as in all healing, then I need to shift my diet. And so before it was excruciating to have to think about all the things I'm not going to eat. And now something shifted so that I see so much possibilities. There's so many extraordinarily wonderful foods that I love to eat. And it's not hard. And it's not an effort. And I'm not depriving myself. So that ability to disidentify with our past or with those patterns has supported and empowered me to identify more as this being that requires better quality food and food that really supports my system and supports my vitality, supports my healing, supports my generativity, and makes me happy because I love it's not hard anymore. What made it hard was all the things I didn't want, was the belief I didn't want to give those things up because I thought it would be bland and terrible, when in fact moving towards whole foods is extraordinarily, it's quite remarkable what I'm experiencing in terms of, like I said, deliciousness and just enjoying it. Wow, go figure. Who, me? All right. That's pretty much it for now. Thank you for hanging in. Thank you for listening to these podcasts. If you'd like to see more of my work, you can go to my website, theparadigmshifts.com. And my books are at Amazon or Barnes & Nobles or any of the other main booksellers online and or your local bookstore. All right. Big hugs. Bye for now.